Special Science School. We're looking at this concept in biology today, the difference between the applied science and biological science. Well, we need to write out the word science. So we have science, and then we are looking at the two branches of science in respect to this explanation. The first branch of science we're looking at is the pure science, and then we have the applied science. All right. Now, the pure science has subjects that are also called natural science subjects. These subjects range from biology or biological science, like that, and then range also to physics, range also to chemistry, range also to pure mathematics. Let's put science so that you not get confused. All right. So, pure science subjects are biological science, physics, chemistry, and pure mathematics. Notice I use the word pure mathematics. Pure mathematics is different from applied mathematics. Now, if you have understand that we have pure science, we have applied science. If you have understand that, then you can begin to talk about the difference between the two. Now, for applied science, you look at the word application. We look at the word application. The application of scientific knowledge to solve real-world problems is the aspect of science we call applied science. Now, many times people begin to misinterpret or mix together disciplines and branches of applied science under biological sciences. You see somebody, they will ask them, what's the branch of biology, branches of biology? And they will call medicine. Well, medicine is not a branch of biology. Medicine is a branch of applied science. So let's put it there. So, medicine is a branch of applied science. But meanwhile, the pure science we're looking at is biological science, because we want to see the difference between biological science and applied science. If you're talking about physics, well, that's the measurement of physical measurement of matter with the use of physical quantity to determine the accuracy of that matter. Then we talk about chemistry, it's talking about the behavior and the properties of matter. Chemical reaction, that's the behavior, properties of matter. Pure mathematics is talking about the use of abstract concepts and use of structures and geometry to make accurate illustrations and measurements. Now, meanwhile, the medicine, which is not a branch of biological science, but a branch of applied science, has other discipline under it. I see some people will say, what are the branches of biology? And they will say dermatologists. Well, dermatology is a branch of medicine. It's a discipline in medicine, not a branch of biology. And then we have another one, optometry. Optometry is a branch of medicine, not a branch of biology. Dermatologists, the doctors that deals with skin. Optometry, the doctors that deals with the eye. Then we have the ENT doctors. What does that mean? E is the doctors for the ear, and then N is nose, and then T is throat. All right. Now, either you call them the ENT doctors, or you have another name to call them, which is otolaryngologist. Okay? otolaryngologist. Have a spelling here. Now, otolaryngologist. That's what we call the doctors for eye, for ear, for nose, and for throat. And that's a branch of medicine. Also in the branch of medicine, let's clean up the board. Also in the branch of medicine, we have the pediatrics. So let's write it again. Otolaryngologist. All right, you know what they do: ears, nose, and throat. Then we have other doctors, endocrinologists, the doctors that deals with the endocrine gland. Then we have hematologists, the doctors that deals with the blood. Then we have oncologists. Let me change my pen now. We have oncology. These are doctors that deals with cancer. Then we have cancer patients. Then we have neurology. Now, listen. All these branches, all this discipline or branches of medicine and measure and naming, they are not the same thing as branches of biological science. Don't misplace the two again. In case you are asked to list the branches of biological science, after the end of this video, you'll be able to know some of those of the branches of biological science. Then we also have neurologists, oncology, then medical rehabilitation, rehab, and physiotherapy. So, medical rehabilitation and physiotherapy is another branch of medicine that deals with bones, that deals with to help to resuscitate patients who have suffered a chronic disease or chronic infection. Now, neurologist deals with brain and the muscles and the nerve cells. Well, let's move to another aspect of applied science, which people confuse to be a branch of biological science, which is the branch of applied science known as pharmacy. Now, pharmacy is not a branch of biological science. Pharmacy is a branch or a discipline of applied science. So let's see what we talk about, some branches of pharmacy. Now, pharmacy has branches like pharmacogenosy, okay, like clinical pharmacy, like nuclear pharmacy. Now, this pharmacogenosy is talking about the use of medicinal plants to study of medicinal plants, to use them in order to use them to produce drugs. And then we have clinical pharmacy, which works in the hospital, and then we have nuclear pharmacy, which I will leave that for you to go find the assignment or find the meaning of that. So we have another branch of applied science, which is nursing. Well, nursing is not a branch of biological science. Nursing is a branch or a discipline of applied science. And then we have other branches of nursing. So we have nursing, we have the midwife or midwifery. We have the public health nursing student. Then we have pediatrics nurse. This one, the midwifery deals with the reproductive system of the female animal, the female organism, or the female man, or female woman. Sorry to use the word. I'm looking for the word to use. They do reproductive system of the female. That is the midwifery involved in childbearing and everything that is to be concerned with childbearing. Although it's related to gynecologists. Gynecology deals with entirety of the reproductive system, Why midwifery? They can deal mostly or particularly on female reproductive system. Now we have the public health, these nurses that goes to public and villages and communities to ascertain or take care of health issues at that place. Now we have the pediatrics nurses, they take care of little children. Let's look at another branch of applied science, and the one that you should know, of course, is engineering. Okay, engineering, computer engineer, civil engineer, software engineer. We have many types of engineering anyway. Computer engineer, civil engineer, mechanical engineer, chemical engineer, a lot of them. Now, meanwhile, the branch of biological science is what we'll be looking at now. What are the branches of biological science? Now, you have known that these branches and discipline I've mentioned is not part of the branch of biological science. We start with botany. So, botany deals with plants. We start with zoology. You see that? Zoology deals with animals. We start with, we go with ecology. So, ecology deals with the environment. Then we go to genetics. Genetics deals with hereditary. Then we'll go to, which one again now? Evolution. Evolution deals with pre-existing forms and how the world advanced from the pre-existing form to the present stage, to the present state. Then we go to, let's look for another one, entomology, which deals with insects. Then we have parasitology, which deals with parasites. Then we have microbiology, which deals with microorganisms. We have applied microbiology. This one deals with applied science. The branch of applied microbiology is a branch of applied science, while just microbiology is a branch of biological science. Then we have biochemistry, which deals with the chemical components of biological molecules. Then we have mycology, which deals with fungi. Then we have phycology, which deals with algae. Now, so on and so forth, just like that. There are many other branches of biology, but don't confuse the branch of biology with the branch of applied science. I want to differentiate by definition. Biological science is a pure science or a natural science that deals with the learning of biological concepts, like learning of the lifespan. The lifespan is the time of birth to the time of growth, to the time of maturity, and to the time of death. So this is what biology is dealing with. Biology studies living organisms, just learn about living organisms and then from the lifespan, the birth, the growth, the maturity, and then the death. Everything about living organisms. That's what biological science is talking about. But the applied science is making use of biological knowledge, physics knowledge, chemistry knowledge, mathematics knowledge to solve real life problems. If you have any question, you can drop it on the comment section. This is all we've got for you in this video. See you in our next class. Bye for now. Thank you.